Hey, you don't look confident, Bo. You don't look confident when you're doing that. You don't look confident.
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar, sponsored by ChiefsBlitz.com, presented by UnderdogFantasy.com. Here's your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou, Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense
He got
Todd.
the winning Super Bowl touchdown.
Okay, got a catch. Anybody could have made that catch.
The Kansas City Chiefs select Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, Ohio State.
You did it, man. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Guys, y'all got it. Comic. Guys, y'all.
I don't know what the trade details are. Hold on.
Boom.
They got Worthy.
Xavier Worthy.
Isn't that crazy? It's been 11 months since the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, and we're it's gone by so fast.
Oh, it's time to piss straight off. Pull up a picture of 81. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Rashad
Smith. Let's go.
There it is. The Chiefs have done their perfect draft.
Dre's gone. I don't know where he's gone.
Yo, welcome to the show. It's a Chiefs Blitz night. Breaking down the plays, keeping everything tight. From Mahomes to the defense, we give you the scoop. Real talk, real stats, we the ultimate truth.
All righty, welcome back to the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, presented by ChiefsBlitz.com, your top source for Chiefs news information and where you can find this great podcast. I am your host, Nick Athan, along with Mr. Hense Todd, Mr. Lou Montagna, and Coach Andre Tillman. What is up, gentlemen?
What up? What's going on?
Well, it's Monday here in River City, and in River City, the Chiefs played Saturday night, a 20-17 loss. We'll talk about that today. Arizona Cardinals in preseason game 1. We're going to talk about the hottest topic in Chiefs land, Mr. Josh Simmons.
Before we get started, Nick.
Yes.
River City?
Oh, it's an old Music Man thing,
Okay. All right. Well.
All right. It's an old Music Man reference. Did you watch musicals growing up? Or
you just alienated 80% of the audience.
Whatever. It's just a phrase from a movie.
I hear you. I know
apologize.
Music Man. I didn't realize River City was a.
Well, you got the Missouri River.
I got you.
You got the Kansas River.
All right. Very good.
So there you go. It could be any one of those rivers.
All right.
You never know.
Winston Bureau said, "We are back, baby." He said, "We are back."
Hopefully Kenny's back today. I felt really bad about what happened to him on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully he's able to chime back in today.
With 76 trombones.
Bob Tanyan, baby.
76 trombones in the Music Man. Yeah.
Okay.
There it is.
It takes me a while. Come on, man.
There it is.
Got to go in here.
Very, very good. All right, Hans, let's talk about our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. Let's roll the tape.
Baseball is back.
That's right. Baseball is back on Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you cash in today. You can play the pick'em game. It's very similar to what you did with the NFL. We're doing the Chiefs stuff. Now it's all about baseball, and especially the Royals. You can go higher or lower. It's really simple to use. Their app is amazing. You just choose your entry fee. You decide what you want to play, and you just see the winnings coming if you know what you're doing. So take a swing today and make sure that you sign up for Underdog Fantasy, and they're going to give you a meatball right off the gamut, Bobby Wood Jr. special. So start with a W for your first entry and new customers. Make sure you use the code Chiefs Blitz. That's right. It's so easy to play this game. It's amazing. I won $327 over the last week. I'm very excited about that. I did it.
How do these places stay in business?
How do they stay in business? I don't know. And thanks to Patrick Mahomes. I needed Patrick Mahomes to do one thing, throw a touchdown pass with his one pass. He did it. I hit my parlay. So I'm very excited about that. But hey, if you want to enjoy the success and how easy it is to make a little extra when it comes to finding a great internet game, this is it. All you got to do is check out Underdog. Hit the QR code right there at the top right. Put in the code Chiefs Blitz as the promo code. You get $5 deposit. That's all you need to start. You play that $5 deposit. They're going to give you 50 and plus some other bonuses. Plus, you're going to get one of my collectible signed cards. This is a couple from Bobby Bell.
Bobby Bell.
My next door neighbor growing up. So I've got a lot of Bobby Bell cards. So I'm not going to be bashful. I'm in the process of selling my entire sports collection. So I'm going to give away some really great stuff. So got to play. It's fun. It's easy. Seriously, I will tell you my secret on we doing a show Wednesday? Yes?
Of course we are.
Okay, on Wednesday's show, I will give you the secret, underdog secret for how to play the Pick'em game.
All right.
On Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Share the wealth, Nick. You know, we can all use a few extra bucks.
Yes. NFL weekend too. I will tell you exactly what the secret sauce is.
Okay.
All right, a lot. Go ahead, Bo.
Beautiful.
Also, Nick got a prized possession that's up for grabs.
That's right. That's right. As I mentioned, I'm selling my collectibles, so I thought, why not use the show? So I have a pretty high item here: Johnny Robinson, Bobby Bell, Emmett Thomas, Lenny Dawson, my hero, Willie Lanier, all signed Hall of Fame monikers. The ball in the case is a $1,450. It's a pretty great price.
That's a bargain.
Lenny is gone.
Price, boys.
Lenny is gone. So yeah,
lifetime
absolutely.
Chiefs fan. That's could be a family heirloom.
Yeah, William. Yes, I'm selling it all.
Okay, man.
I'm selling it all. I've had it for I've been collecting for 50 years.
Yeah, man.
And I'm going to keep a few things. Don't get me wrong.
You're keeping the stuff behind you, right?
I think I finally have purged everything to the point of like, okay, I know what I want to keep that means the most to me. Some of the stuff behind me is going to go, but the stuff on the wall I probably will end up keeping. I've got a really great Lenny Dawson signed helmet that says Lenny the Cool on it that I'm not sure I want to part with yet. But this one,
have Zale or Emily been involved in the decision making of what's kept and what?
I have a great wife, and I'm going to tell you why. My wife is like I sold one of my prized possessions last week, and she's like, "Are you sure? Are you sure? You sure you don't want to keep that one? Because I know what it means to you." So she's been a pretty good sounding board. But I look at it like this: I've spent 50 plus years collecting. I can't take this stuff with you. My older kids probably aren't going to want much. Now, Zale's room is decked out. I mean, I got some of the stuff I really want to keep for him. His walls are covered. He's full. He can't take any more stuff. But his entire bedroom is that way. So for me, it's like, I'm going to let other fans of the Chiefs, Royals, Jayhawks, mostly is my collection, to have a chance, have a chance and an opportunity to share in some of the stuff. I just sold my 1963 Fleer set of rookie cards for the Chiefs, all graded. Those weren't easy to part with. But again, this one's really great. Johnny Robinson, Bobby Bell, Emmett Thomas, Lynn Dawson, Willie Lanier, only $14.50. Comes with a case. I'll ship it for free. So if anybody on the show wants it, just let me know and we'll set it up.
I'm not big in the memorabilia world. Mm-hmm. Do you find that people that buy them are typically individuals, or do they have like a store themselves and they're trying to make a little extra money by maybe bumping up the price when they put it in their case?
Yeah, mostly individuals do it. I mean, a lot of people, I broker collections too. Like I'll buy a collection and then I'll sell it in pieces, or I'll buy it for somebody and be the third party. But mostly people this is personal stuff. As old as you and I are, we've got 50 plus years. So a lot of the old school guys want to have the opportunity to have something from their childhood.
Players, sure.
The newer stuff, it's pretty saturated, but it's still, I'm pretty adept on the price points of everything. And I do a lot of research, but mostly individuals who just want a piece of Chiefs history or a piece of Royals history or Jayhawks history. It's fun. I've enjoyed it. I kind of consider it a part-time job. But I've just reached a point where I can't display it all. I just don't need it. And I kind of got things set up the way I want to. So if anybody wants that, instant message me or email me at chiefsblitzkc@gmail.com and we'll set it up.
Awesome piece, man.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
It really is.
Now looking at the ball, is that threaded on there or stitched on there? The ball, the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's a stitch.
Oh, that was a stitched.
I'm pretty sure that's it's a stitch logo. So it's a professional signing ball. Again, people know Lenny Dawson. I knew him for 50 years. I grew up with Bobby Bell. I know Willie Lanier a little bit. Emmett Thomas, I knew a little bit when he was coaching. Johnny Robinson, I think I met when I was like 12 years old, 10 years old. So it's been a long time. So I got a lot of stuff like that. So if anybody's looking for presents or looking for gifts, anything current, past, let me know. I'm happy to either find it for them or see what I've got and let you have a piece of Chiefs history.
Yes, Demetrio, I will wait for you when you're not dead broke. So you just let me know. I'm in no hurry. It's just everything's got to go to the right
lot of these
person.
guys want these jerseys. A lot of these guys want these jerseys and this type of
That
merchandise.
is an authentic 1970.
man.
That is an authentic 1970 jersey.
Yeah, man.
So with that said,
there we go.
Lou, it was a live show. Heck, we was almost 2,000 some 3 hours in, almost 2,000 some people that watch the show on Saturday. Also, Lou was having trouble. Lou had trouble watching the game, but you went back and watched the game. So what did you see? And what did you get to see from?
First off, I hope everybody bared with me when I was doing my blind play-by-play.
And you did an amazing job, Lou. You did an amazing job
on the Score app, and kind of at the mercy of what the hell they were seeing. But no, yesterday I had the opportunity to go back. I watched the first half just to kind of see, what was going on. I know a lot of the questions I had was, okay, who were the ones that came in? The starting receivers. Xavier was out there, but I think he only played like 2 or 3 snaps. But Xavier, Thornton, and Juju were the first 3. Kelsey was in there, and obviously Pacheco was the running back. Just a couple of notes on Thornton. He was the first guy that was on punt return, the very first punt. So that's good to see that they do think pretty highly of him. Brownlee came in, replaced Worthy, and he caught the back shoulder for the touchdown. We've been talking about that, part of the red zone offense that just hasn't been present. Occasionally you would see Kelsey or Noah or somebody at tight end in that role. They weren't able to do it with Justin Ross or D-Hop. So that was nice to see with 89 doing that. In terms of the defense, looked like Cochran was playing Drew's role. So he was out. Connor was out there at the nickel. The 2 safeties, of course, Cook and Hicks. But the defensive line, I mean, Tillery was in there starting. I think Omar Norman Lott, he was in with the ones early on. We didn't see him really make many plays. Saw some posts, some controversial posts. So I don't know. Did you guys see them where the theory is that maybe the Chiefs asked him to put on weight so maybe he could play the one technique?
Yeah, he looks
Did you
small
see that
there.
post? I don't know how true that is, but it seemed strange to me.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that post, but he did look a little undersized out there. That's just, again, looking at,
and that's kind of his forte. We talked about that. He's going to he's going to try to knife in the gaps and try to get to the quarterback. He isn't like the classic 1 or 3
he's not
in there stuffing the run. So
yeah,
but no, I thought again, Thornton and Brownlee are the ones we've been talking about. They've gotten opportunities because of the injuries to Hollywood, a little bit to Rashid. He's been out for a few days. I think he was back out there today. But what did you guys get actually seeing Thornton? How did you feel he operated while he was in there?
I think I've seen a lot from him. I've seen a lot of growth. What Coach has said before then, the kid had talent. We over there in New England, but he didn't get that much of that playing time. Well, they didn't have much of an offensive playbook for him to learn. When you see him come over to Kansas City, you start to see Andy Reid use him more, the speed and the shiftiness of him. That's why I seen on Saturday night, the kid was out there giving his all. Even though he didn't get hit on some open, deep passes that I've seen, even though he got open to even consider if that was Patrick Mahomes throwing the ball or something like that, I think the kid would have been, money on the shot. But he showed that he can get off the ball. He can show that he can take man to man. He can get up. He can shed the man to man press. And the kid looked good to me. What about you, Coach?
For me, Thornton looked okay. He looked okay. Didn't really see a lot from him that I would love to see. I wanted to see a little bit of separation from him. I think you stated about Patrick Mahomes, and if he would throw the ball, he would have been a little bit better, But to me, I wanted to see a whole lot more from Thornton. I know it was on the first game, though, but I wanted to see. I didn't really see a whole lot to put a lot of judgment on because, let's face it, he wasn't getting a lot of targets anyway. So
they didn't play a lot of snaps.
No, they didn't.
And like I said, he was in on the punt return. and I saw the thing with the snap count. I didn't make a copy of it, but I think they maybe played about 10 or 12 snaps.
Yeah, I think
really wasn't a lot.
He was only targeted 2 times though. He was only targeted twice.
Well, the problem was he probably would have had a touchdown had Zappe hit him. He had 2-3 yards of separation on that sprint route out the sidelines, and he overthrew him. That probably would have obviously changed the course of the game itself, and also probably the way we looked at Tyquan Thornton a little bit differently. His job right now is to be the guy that could replace a Hollywood Brown, at a lesser salary going forward. Hollywood Brown did get an update today. He's got a foot ankle kind of thing, so that kind of tells me it's a joint thing. But Andy believes he's going to be back for the regular season at this point. So, time will tell. But I think Thornton did a really good job considering he had a big first down catch. I think from Minshew, they seemed comfortable together. And again, had Zappe, been able to throw, he's a terrible quarterback, had been able to throw, better on that one play, we're talking about, hey, another home run hitter. So, it's a game of inches and you miss things.
Taking shots.
Well, I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, they're going to only carry 2 quarterbacks. So in Zappe, to me, I'd rather see a dunk.
One of the 2 guys here, Oladoka, and we talked about it the other night.
I just want to see that kid play a whole half.
He's going to be the practice squad guy.
Yeah, so. He's so good. He's so much fun to watch. That run he had, and that he's a terrific. I think he's a great player.
Williams says it's time to part ways with Najee Johnson.
I was gonna wait for that comment, but it was right there. I was gonna wait to put it right there. But yeah, I mean, I believe it's time for him to go. I believe it's time for Johnson.
Put some respect on Sky's name. That's Sky with 2 Y's, baby.
Oh, there it is. There it is. But guys, can you address the elephant in the room for real? And Johnson, man, he's been bad from training camp all the way to the preseason. He's just been bad. Like, I know he's getting cut.
He won't get cut.
Why not?
Wow.
Because Spags loves him.
He's got to be doing something right. They keep rolling him out there.
Yeah, he was the number 1 guy today in practice.
I guess confounding is the fact that they put Najee out there so much that Joshua Williams is like the phantom now. And I get it. He hasn't been like spectacular at corner, but is he that bad that you can't even put him on the field when some of these other guys?
He's bad. He's bad.
Those are 2 things I would like to ask Dave Merritt first. Okay. What is it that we see in Najee that, you feel that with just more and more reps, he's going to elevate? And what have you seen in Joshua that tells you that he won't? Because it's like for him to get reps anymore, and this goes back to last season. So yeah. Anyway, a couple other things I had noticed was on the first 2 kickoffs, the Chiefs forced fumbles when they kicked off. They recovered one, the second one wasn't. I think Roland Wallace forced the first one. I didn't see who forced the second one, but so from that perspective, and then Butker's just being able to place the ball on his kicks, that was stellar. I thought the first team offensive line looked pretty strong across the board. Again, they weren't in there very long, and we'll talk a little bit more about Josh as we move forward in the show here. But I thought they looked smooth, they were powerful, and it was just, you kind of what you expect that line to be based on everything you're hearing from training camp. And then once you got to the second possession, running backs, you had Kareem Hunt, and then I guess I didn't notice it, from the call, but Elijah did get some snaps.
He got a few.
He didn't get a handoff. That didn't come until later. But then with the 2s, you had Thornton and Jalen Royals and Sky Moore and Brownlee were mostly the receivers there. The second team O-line was having some issues in pass blocking, but I thought the run blocking was pretty solid. And that's what you would expect from a bunch of guys that don't spend a lot of time playing together in game situations. That gelling doesn't really happen. It can't really in practice, just the way it's structured. Right. But from that perspective, I thought that was pretty good. I kept asking about FAU, but he had a pretty solid play. I think it was the first play Brissett was out there, gets the quarterback hit, Nazi gets a PBU on the same play, and Cook almost picks it off. So that seemed like a pretty positive play all the way around. And just some of the guys that were out there at linebacker Cam and Cole Christensen and Cochran, Bassa, obviously, he's another guy that he just flashes whenever he's on the field, whether it was with the twos or on special teams. He just looks like that kid is ready to play. I don't know how much he's going to play at linebacker. I mean, unless somebody gets injured, but that's a kid to keep an eye on for sure. And it was pretty interesting to actually be able to see it. Yeah, that was good.
Well, if you watch the end of the third and the fourth quarter, you saw
just the first and second.
Okay, so in my future superstar and my future gold jacket, Asa Pohl was dominated. He was dominating out there. He had like, hold on. He had like 13.
Very big man.
Okay, 13 snaps, and he just pummeled guys. I'm telling you right now, if you saw my 53-man roster at ChiefsBlitz.com today, I got Asa Pohl beating out Wanye Morris as the backup. This guy has give him a year, have him work with this coaching staff and some of these offensive linemen. This kid, they cannot cut him. They cannot put him on. He will not make it to the practice squad. It isn't going to happen. I would rather them not play him the rest of the preseason if that's the course they go to. Maybe he slides. But at this point, I can't see how you let this kid go. I know it's third string and fourth string and all that stuff, but he was so dominant that you have to look at it and say, this kid has something.
Well, I think the thing that I didn't know until today when Coach Reed spoke was that Ethan Driscoll had an appendectomy.
Yeah.
And that's why he hasn't been practicing. Yeah. So, I mean, he won't be out long. You just hope he kind of regains his strength or whatever, over the next couple of weeks. And we see, because I think those would be the two guys in direct competition. Maybe Wanye's in that place, but I think, there's certain guys in the team. You can tell the coaches like certain guys and what their potential is.
Right.
And they like Nazi a lot. They like Wanye Morris a lot too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Don't take it to the bank.
Oh man.
We'll see about that. But speaking of offensive linemen, let's get into Josh Simmons. Real or hype. Because Josh Simmons is out here. He was making noise. He looked good out there on the field. But before we get into Josh Simmons, let's ask some of these questions about the stuff that Lou had thrown out there before.
You all think he's already better than Kingsley as far as Asa Pohl goes?
Yeah.
No, they play different positions. I mean, obviously Kingsley's a full-time guard now. He's never going to go back to tackle. And speaking of Kingsley, I thought he did a couple of nice things, but he really struggled when they did blitz packages. Thankfully, Simmons was there to bail him out, and Creed Humphrey was there to bail him out a couple of times. But I think everything on that offensive line changes now that they have Josh Simmons, and Kingsley's going to be a better player playing next to him. Why Wanye? I don't know. I don't personally see it. So I don't think he can offer much to this offense.
I think the team really likes him, and
I know they do.
This is his third year?
This is his third year. Yeah,
third year.
He came in the Rice class.
He was a second round pick, so he's going to be on the team this year and even next year, I'm guessing, unless he just really falls off or somebody else comes up and takes that position. So we'll see how that goes the rest of training camp. The next few games, I think will tell us a lot as well. Yep, see who's actually playing. But Asa Pohl's got a lot of actually.
I like him. I definitely
has
him.
a lot of potential just because of size. He hasn't played a ton of football because he's more of a basketball player. But you can see he's got that that kind of movement, even though he's just a large man.
Break a toenail in camp and put him on IR for a year. I'm fine with that too. Just don't take away his future in Kansas City.
Real quick. Robert Tanyan was my guy.
Yeah.
Tanyan was my guy. That boy looked good. real quick. I'm just saying he looked good now. He looked good. So,
well, Robert's a 10-year vet. You know, he's going to be. I mean, if he's playing at that time of the game, I mean, he's done it against other NFL teams' first team defenses. So, you know, he's gonna really show out in those situations where he's playing with the 2s and the 3s. So I think what his future with the team is potentially the number 3 tight end, if they kind of maybe put Wiley on PUP to begin the season, maybe have him sit out the first 6 games or however that works. But if Wiley is good to go, it's going to be hard to keep Tanyan.
Man, they should though. The man was out there producing, man. He was out there looking good, man. I mean,
well, who does he play? Who does he replace? Is he going to replace Kelsey? No. Is he going to replace Noah? No. Is he going to replace Wiley or whatever third round?
Nah, you kind of hesitated. You kind of hesitated.
Because I couldn't remember when Wiley was. But
bringing Stool's going to go on.
But he's your own.
Tanyan was making plays, man. He was out there making plays.
Yes, there's no doubt. Like I said, he will make plays. He's a very good player, but he's a 10-year vet.
Right.
And you've drafted younger players you want to see them develop. You know, he's not going to, if he was going to be the starter at tight end, I could see then they keep him. But to be the number 3 or 4 tight end, you want the younger guys to be take those snaps and develop.
So before you move on, you think he'll be a surprise cut, Luke, or you don't see him making a 53?
It all depends on Wiley's health. Okay. I mean, if they think that he's just good, even though he had the ACL 9 months ago, I see what he's been doing. He's been doing everything. But if they just want to kind of slow play it once the regular season starts, then I think he definitely makes the team. Yeah. But if Wiley's ready, it's tough to keep a 4th tight end unless you feel really strong about some of the positions that are more valuable, like corners, right? Offensive linemen.
Okay. So with that said, let's get into Josh Simmons. Now we're going to go into detail. Josh Simmons, before we start off, we just hear from the guy that brought us Josh Simmons first.
He's already making noise at Chiefs training camp, and it's pretty clear why he was a Chiefs selection at the 32nd overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. The former Ohio State standout is a powerful, athletic offensive tackle, and Kansas City sees him as a key piece in protecting Patrick Mahomes for years to come. Simmons has been taking first-team reps, showing his solid footwork, strong hands, and the kind of physicality KC needs on the edge in protecting Mahomes. The coaches love his upside, and if camp is any sign, he's on track to be a Week 1 starter. Josh Simmons, the Chiefs' first-round pick, future franchise tackle, remember the name. To see more takes like this, click the link in the comments and watch our show, 4 Guys in a Bar, live on Chiefs Blitz YouTube channel. Josh Simmons is already making noise at...
There it is.
Amazing.
Now, keep in mind, this was done a couple of weeks ago. So,
Yep. No,
way to go, Mango.
Yeah, way to go. All right, Lou, lead us off.
All right, so we're going to be talking about aforementioned Josh Simmons, future Hall of Fame tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs. And how much of an impact is Josh going to have? How much did he have in his first game? Furthermore, did he meet, exceed, or fall short of the expectations, Nick?
Listen, I think he did a really good job. I think he kept the backside of Patrick Mahomes safe. He did the same with Gardner Minshew, where there was trouble. It was Kingsley Suamataia. But here's one thing that I did notice, and I was watching one of the Schwartz brothers was breaking down and critiquing him. He's a very handsy. What's that?
Jeff put out a 13-minute video.
Yeah, he was pretty handsy. So he's got to learn to get his hands inside more and not on the outside. They didn't call him for any penalties, but that's gonna be a problem. Ruben's right. Excellent footwork. Listen, he did what they asked him to do. He got in there. The bottom line is he came out of it, injury free. He didn't seem to have any issues. The fact that he's recovered from a patella injury surgery is it's still remarkable. I still can't believe it, to be honest with you, that he's able to go from that injury in October to the starting left tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs.
No brace.
Yeah, and no brace. So it had to be more of a minor thing than a significant, not that it's not a significant injury, but I think it was more of a minor tear than it was something that was probably, much more serious. But for me, I don't think he fell short of any expectations. I think for what they asked him to do and as vanilla as the offense was, and the fact that he had to pick up Sue Mateo a couple of times, that was impressive to me.
No I in team, Nick.
I understand that. I think.
Hence, you're muted.
Hence, you're muted, sir.
First game was pretty amazing. As you look at the film here, the kid and the step back is there. Taking the hand to the face, and he's still down the field, ready and engaging in the play. The kid looked amazing in the goddamn uniform. You see here on this play here, 1-on-1 with Robinson coming on from the outside of the Arizona Cardinals, and he had pushed him all the way to the backfield, opened up a little space right there. It could have been a run, could have been a pass, but it wasn't matter. Josh Simmons looked good. We got what we expected from him, and I think that he looked good in his first game. I don't think he fell any short of anything that he had to show. I think he's all what he is promised to say. What'd you have to say, Coach?
Well, first of all, that wasn't
before you get into it. Now look where he's lined up. Look how he's lined up. If that's Jawan Taylor, that's a flag. So if you can watch any game and you watch any of these tackles, I'm not just pointing it out for him, but if you guys watch games, you'll see referees. That's a point of emphasis, right? Because they're almost lining up or timing the snap. But I just thought, last year, Jawan Taylor got like 10 flags for doing that exact same thing.
Right. I feel you, but for my take on it, man, that's not Darius Robinson, sir. But for me, for Simmons to hold up, with the first unit, man, he did extremely well. He did extremely well because when I was really looking at the tape, I don't think nobody really beat him for real, man. He held his own. I'm talking about he held his own. You know what I'm saying? So I like him, man. I like what Simmons is doing, man.
This play right here, what I was looking at yesterday. You see some offensive line. It's Kingsley. You know what I mean? I know Kingsley.
He has stood up. He is.
Yeah, you see Kingsley right here, and he got beat on this play. He got pushed, but Josh Simmons was holding his own. But Kingsley is going to still need a little work right here.
But if you look at that play, Kingsley makes contact with the first guy, and then he picks up the blitzer. And give him some credit here.
Yeah, no,
he didn't allow a sack.
Right.
So that's actually a good play. Look at two comes late.
2 was in there, right? But you look at it. He's in his face. Wow, messed up the pass.
Yeah, Humphries got B2 on the play, so it's not like.
So,
we're nitpicking. It's just so we're clear.
But again, I'm not nitpicking. You said
shout out to Darius Robinson on that one.
I'm just saying, like if Kingsley, those two gonna have to gel together. Kingsley and Simmons. If those two gonna have to gel together, then these two gonna have to like come off together on that play. But that play right there, I would say that from fell short is right there. If somebody could have leaned over, or if he could have picked up the block as well. But from my understanding, if I'm the Chiefs, that's something I had to look into, because that they was going into like what the second team as well. So what you had to say, Lou?
Well, did he get the quarterback blown up? No. Did he look the part? Absolutely. At any time, if you didn't know 71 was a rookie, would you think he was a rookie? Probably not. So I think he checked all the boxes. I think it's a very low bar for the Chiefs at left tackle, because it's just been such a mess lately. So he looks great from this perspective. Does he have some things to work on? Yeah, Hense talked about it. Maybe, the hands. But again, he's a rookie. It's his first NFL action, right? So I'm good with that. I think the other thing, I don't know if it was Matt Derrick or somebody had mentioned it or posted something where as they were watching, they could almost tell by his set at the line of scrimmage whether it was run or pass. So, and I'm sure there's many other linemen. They have tells. They all do. Defensive linemen know this better than anyone. He's a rookie, so there's not a big catalog of NFL snaps on him. So that's something that he's going to have to work on too, is not kind of tipping what kind of play it is. But in terms of expectations, limited number of snaps, but he did everything as well as you could probably expect a rookie left tackle to be in his first NFL action. I thought it was great.
Oh, Nick, so let's get into some of the questions from off this topic.
Demetrio Spence, I'm calling Simmons the big unit from now on. I don't think there's any question about that.
Randy Johnson, the famous photographer from Seattle.
Photographer. Yeah, the Ruben says they're building chemistry. Right, it's going to take time. They only had 11 snaps together or 12 snaps together, so it's not like we can.
And Kingsley's playing a new position.
And Kingsley's playing in a brand new position. But to the Chiefs' credit, they've been giving him an opportunity to, stay at the guard position and just focus on that one thing. So I think that's a great thing.
The next question, Luke.
Okay, so what are the key areas Simmons needs to focus on improving before the regular season starts? We did mention a few, right?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Nick.
You want to go?
Yes. So I think again, the hands on the arms. He's going to get some holding calls. So he's going to have to get the arms inside, get the fists inside. You can technically legally grab the inside of the jersey. So I want to see that. I thought his footwork was outstanding, to be honest with you. I don't know what he's got with the tape on the arms, but I think that's really cool. It just adds to the overall, And look there. This is one of my favorite images from the game because he's looking. The ball snapped. He knows exactly what he has to do and where he has to be. So that the instinct part is terrific.
Again, the bar is very low.
Yeah. No. But still, you can see. He's not overreacting. He's saying, okay, I know where my guy is. Boom, there he is. I got to handle him. And he does that. Now, that's a smaller pass rusher. That's not Hendrickson. That's not a dominating, that's not Max Crosby. That's what I want to see, to be honest with you. Right. I want to see that matchup. But I think, again, I'm concerned about the fact that they could do some holding calls, call some holding calls on him if he doesn't get his hands inside.
Yeah, what I'm working on is well, like you see from Trent Williams, the pass off, right? If he sees another guy, or we see him from Willie Road for the greats. I know this is his first game, but you got to pick apart the tape for what you seen on the one when they first went out there. For what I seen, the first few snaps that he had was pretty good. But when I going back to that Kingsley, if he could have, switched off and helped him as well, that could have been, a great play as well. But again, other than that, man, Simmons, that before the season start, I don't want us to be all sitting like, oh, okay, this and that. But before the season start, I think the Chiefs will have him ready there and eye focus and laser in because the kid is showing that he can do it, right? He went up, when I seen him take the hand to the, some offensive linemen take the hand to the up in the face and they shutting down. He still took the hand to the face, held his own, didn't give up the sack. It was a little pressure, but he still held his own, and good footwork was there. But the only thing I had to say, I think he probably needed to work on before improving it into the before the season start is if you can pass off quick to get off from that one. Okay, I blocked him. Quick, I'm going to help you as well because that Kingsley play, I kind of seen like, okay, yes, it was Kingsley's fault, but hey, all the greats does that as well. I'm gonna
say for me, I'm gonna say just the chemistry between Kingsley and Simmons. That both of them just work on that. That's it. Just work on that because from what I've seen from Simmons, he looked good. He looked good. I mean, even though he wasn't elite, Nick, like what you were stating, but he still looked good out there. He still held his own. Yeah. He held his own, man. So if him and Kingsley can work on their chemistry, then he'll be fine. He'll be just fine. You know what I'm saying? Because I do believe, man, like later on down the line, man, those two gonna be hogs down there. So yeah, that's it. Just work on their chemistry together, man. That's it. Because I didn't really see nothing bad from Kingsley. My bad from Simmons.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we've pretty much hit on all of them. Everything that you would expect he'd be working on moving towards the season, he'll continue to work on those things. One of the things that Jeff Schwartz had mentioned as well is being able to, I guess, more of the strike versus, catching the edge rusher versus the strike. And I think that, again, has to do with hands and so forth. So, and I'm sure he knows exactly, and when I say he, Josh knows exactly the plays where, he probably could have been more of a strike versus the catch. And you get into
we got a little breaking news.
Okay, that's not breaking news. That's somebody speculating.
Jeremy Fowler posted this earlier today. Teams around the NFL are monitoring the situation,
as they have been since he said I'm out at the end of last season.
The Dolphins and Tyreek Hill's potential availability, including a familiar face in the AFC West. The only way this trade happens to the Chiefs, the only way is if the Chiefs are giving up a player, and it's going to have to be a wide receiver, in my opinion.
Do y'all want him back?
They chose not to pay him $30 million.
I don't want him back.
A few years ago.
That's me.
Why in God's name would they choose to pay him over $30 million now that
he'd have to take a pay cut?
So
somebody says more.
No, but glad you broke in just for that. That's
broke in on the possibility.
Get messages, man. I was getting messages. So go.
I got you. No worries. But no, that's it. I mean, that just continue his progression and just learning the game, and just, again, everything we talked about, the hand motion. Again, if that tipping the plays is a real thing, those coaches have noticed it, and I'm sure they're in his ear about it. And I'm not going to pretend to know like this much of what Jeff Schwartz knows about playing offensive line. So if he's saying something about the striking with his hands, I'm going to believe him, and we'll see if he corrects that. But I'm sure Josh is well aware of all that.
Yeah, I think he is too.
Yeah.
I think he's aware of it all. But when it's all said and done, like I agree with Coach said, it's going to come down to these two young guys, because you can say this is Kingsley's second year, but it's more his rookie year, right? Because he didn't get to play that much. So if these two rookies. If these two rookies can gel down and lock down this left side of the offensive line, then you got Kareem Humphrey and Trey Smith is already there. Then you got whoever happens with Jawan Taylor and more. This can be elite next level down to the one of the elite offensive linemen. If you look at potential, because what I seen yesterday, that's what I want to see. I knew the Cardinals. On Saturday, I knew the Cardinals had a good pass rusher. They was working on their pass rush. They had good guys that was going to be out there. They can give the Chiefs offensive line some tests.
Give them some work.
As you can see, we see what happened with the second union. They pass rushers was giving us some work.
Did Sweat play, Coach?
I don't know for sure.
Sweat didn't play.
Yeah, I don't
right. So I don't know that they really faced their top.
Yeah, Brownie's like on the out. It's like a lot lot of guys really
didn't
play for real.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They have some pass rushers. They didn't play a lot of their guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna get to the last question. I know y'all probably answered, but go.
All right. So with limited playing time in his first game, what do you think the coaches were trying to evaluate most about Simmons?
Here's what I think happened on either Saturday night on the plane ride home or first thing Sunday morning. And Andy Reid has that smile, and he says, "Can you believe we got him with a 32nd pick in the first round?"
No, I thought you meant he was going to bite into that double cheeseburger.
That was the second. That was the second thing he did. Yeah. Listen, we can talk about this, and we'll talk about it a lot. It's a remarkable transition from where he was to where he is now in the last 10 months. And is he real? Yeah, he's real. The hype's real. The player's real. Here's a guy that just is he works hard. Again, he spent every single day between the last day of Chiefs mandatory minicamp and training camp in Kansas City, working with the training staff to get ready to assume the position as the main protector for Patrick Mahomes. So I think what the coaches saw is, okay, he's got an amazing amount of talent. Now we need to refine him. We need to do a few things here and there. And when you've got an old, offensive line coach like Andy Reid, who's the head coach, he knows a thing or two. And though I'm not a big Andy Heck fan, I think Josh Simmons falls in the category of Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith. He's not going to need a lot of coaching, not like Kingsley's going to need. Even Jalen Moore. I think he's kind of one of those self-made players. So I think the coach is saying, okay, here's what we need to do to help him make sure that he handles all the things he's about to see when the games go live. I think they had to be giddy.
I think they seen it when they was up there with the combine, right? At the visits and and also the pro day. They seen it there. Also, I think in training camp when the fight that he put on, his teammate. The guy showed growth and heart that he has out there that he can show that he can put, put the left side on his black on his side. But again, we've seen this open door, revolving around Patrick Mahomes since he's been here. They just seeing like, hey, we got our guy. I can't believe that the NFL let us, once again, let a magic stone slip right into our pockets. And I feel like this guy is going to be the guy that's for the future. If you can see that how he hold his own, right? He's out there in training camp going against all the best pass rushers that the Kansas City have. And he held his own in the few snaps that he had. I know it's a few little test sample, but hey, the test sample is always the great, right? You go to Costco's, they got all the test samples out. They get you all the samples, you get them on. That's what we got. We got for Simmons a little test samples for Costco. It's Sims Club. But we got what we got. We went to go buy into the pack and say, hey, that test sample right there I have was good. I am buying into the hype with Josh Simmons because he is going to be the man at the left side. Now, like Coach said, we're going to have to see if these two guys can gel together. If the Chiefs go with that, Kingsley and Simmons together, that's going to be a problem, right? If we know he can hold on his own, but hey, if the other guy on the other side is Joe Tooney is not there anymore, but that's going to be big holes to fill too. Even on the left side was filled is big holes to fill as well. What you had to say, Coach?
I think for me, what they wanted to evaluate with Simmons was, can you hold up? Can you hold your own, man? Against the other teams.
Also the knee too. Looking at the knee.
and he definitely did his thing. He held up. I think he held up. I think he impressed us and everybody else. He held up, including with the injury, pre-injury. He held up, man. He had good hand placement and everything, man. The boy is good. So I think the coaches want to see, okay, in-game situation, who do we have? And like I said, he lived up to expectations. You know what I'm saying? We don't. Can you hold your man? He did that. So honestly, I just wanted to see it. The coach wanted to evaluate, can he hold up? And he did. Right. He definitely held up.
Yeah, I think that's a good point regarding the health. I mean, he's been pushing it at camp, been pushing it for the last 6 or 8 weeks. Is it going to hold up during game? Is it? So it's just one more step. Went through a game, not a whole game, but we'll see. They're not going to play a whole game in the preseason, so that's just kind of building towards that when they go to Brazil. So, and then those other points that I'm sure they'll offensive lineman. It's all about technique.
All about technique.
But on top of that, he's just a tremendous athlete that can move. He's strong. Everything else. I mean, everything else that would have made him a top 10 pick. Right. I mean, if he'd have been healthy, if he'd have been, played through the championship game last year, when Ohio State won the whole thing, he would have never made it to the Chiefs.
Yeah. I mean, we'd be talking about another team.
I don't think there's any question about it. Now, would they have been talking about him during the draft process the way they talked about Joe Alt last year? I don't know. Maybe. But just because he was Joe Alt is a legacy. Obviously, his father played and was a great player and played at Notre Dame. So there was a big deal where, Josh came from San Diego State to Ohio State. And obviously, you're playing at the highest level and was playing great until he got hurt. And just that fear. And that just kind of worked out pretty well for the Chiefs.
That's all it is.
Because it looks like they got that caliber of player at number 32. So that was pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Tom Hood said a question, and he said something in there. I put a star.
I bet you did highlight that one.
Yeah. I'm actually more concerned about Kingsley than Simmons. Well, sure. I think there's every reason to think that too. I mean, he's had one game as a starter at Denver last year against Denver's A-team defense. So it wasn't like they were playing against the B, C, and D units.
Right.
And then he got 11, 12 snaps against probably the A-, B+ version of the pass rush, for the Cardinals. So we really don't know yet. I will say this. I think for Kingsley, he did some nice things. He looked natural and comfortable out there. When he learns how to do the pass off, as Lou mentioned, when he learns how to move like that, obviously he got pushed back. And these are things you're going to have to do. So like when he makes the first move to push a guy away, he's got to make sure that his feet are set to be able to stand up the next guy.
Yeah, his second move there probably needs to be like a beat quicker, and he could get squared up where he's a little off balance. But he did get there, so I mean that's
teachable
progress.
Though. That's correct.
Here's the thing. Let's put it this way, because I think we're kind of poisoned from last year. If we're watching this game and Kingsley hadn't been here last year, and we're putting a rookie in at guard. Would we be so critical about it or whatever? Oh my God, he's this, he's that, and the other thing. No, but he did have that experience. He did, kind of put some bad tape out there, and we're all a little jittery about, hey, can he move inside and make a big difference? And I think he can. I truly do. Just the size. He does have some athleticism, definitely not as athletic as Josh is, but I think he's well suited to play guard, and it's just more and more and more reps. And whatever they got 15 or 20 the other night, he's going to need another 40 or so this Saturday in Seattle.
Yeah.
Right.
Dame said the footwork looked good. I mean, guys, honestly, he checked every box. Simmons checked every box, man. It's like, what more do I want to see against elite pass rushers? We're definitely going to see that, but we want to see this man go out there against the opposing team and see who he is. And we've seen that he checked off injuries. He's good.
And what it was,
the
first preseason game, again, he checked all the boxes.
Yeah, man.
We're not going to get carried away and put the gold jacket on him or put him in the Pro Bowl. But for what the Chiefs need at that position, this is a significant improvement from what they've had recently.
Oh, definitely.
So we're not necessarily hype. It is real. It is real, but we have to also let the kid grow and give him an opportunity to show that he's going to be everything you want him to be.
We don't have time for growth. I don't want no growth. I want it out there now. I don't want Patrick Mahomes on his back. I agree with Lou. I agree with Dre. But I more agree with one person only, and that is Tom Hood. I'm more concerned about Kingsley because because the lead is getting more and more and more pass rushers, right? Not even pass rushers, but these interior guys is coming out to be more better as well.
Yeah.
If you look at the Eagles' defensive line, shoot, they just don't have just an outside guy. They have guys on the inside of the nose, on the nose tackles and everything else as well.
No time for growth.
It's no time to grow.
It has to happen. So you guys can wish everything. There's no way this kid is a finished product right now. I mean, it's impossible.
Hey, what? Honestly, though, if y'all really watch that tape, we talking about, what some Simmons did. But if you watch my guy Darius Robinson against Humphreys, he's coming. Hence, the boy's coming, bro. He was coming, boy. But anyway, but I get it because the thing is, Kingsley just had to mesh. Him and Simmons just gonna have to get it together, and they absolutely will. I got faith. They absolutely.
I got faith in both of them. Yeah, I know. He only had 2 bad reps because he didn't get to play that much as well. But speaking of Kingsley, but Josh Simmons, man, I had to give it to Mango, man. Hey Mango, I'm kind of leaning on your side, sir. If when the season starts and I see those first 2 highly matchups with the Eagles and the San Diego Chargers, then the jury's still out for me. But other than that, man, I think Josh Simmons is the real deal. I don't think he's the hype.
You're gonna find out real fast.
I think he's the real deal. I don't think he's the hype. Actually, what I've seen in training camp is too, when me, Nick, and Lou was up there. I know video wasn't out, Lou. I know we had bad technical difficulties up there in St. Joe, Missouri. But again, I think Josh Simmons, I think watching him, man, this has got to be a dream scenario for Patrick Mahomes. A left tackle like this, of this size, this growth. The man is huge. Like I thought Urshi was huge, but I see this man in person. I was like, I see why Mango was all over it. Yo, he the kid coming from Iowa State, man, and a lot of kids that come from Iowa State on the offensive linemen are pretty good. I'm just saying.
Ohio.
He said Iowa State
is a different school.
Iowa State is the school I went.
But listen though, Josh Simmons, just like Paris Johnson. Paris Johnson, another Ohio State guy, man, that look elite. You know what I'm saying? So again, Ohio State do got a lot of good offensive linemen, man. They prep their guys very well.
Well, I mean, if you watch the draft, if you watch college football at all, yeah, I mean they churn out NFL players every year.
And we got the offensive line coach over there in AZ, man.
Yeah. They pretty good. But Josh Simmons, man, hey, he got the ultimate name. He came out and said, "I'm the quarterback protector." Now we got to see. Now you got to hone up to, because it's going to be a heck of a ride this season with this firepower of the off-pack offensive, this schedule that we got locked up for the Kansas City Chiefs. But
Saturday night in Philadelphia, how much do you guys want to see the ones play?
You mean in Seattle?
Seattle or wherever they're from.
Yeah, I want to see them play. I want to go.
Third
quarter and a half in the mid-second quarter for me.
Yeah, I have to say, I say that because they only get 3 preseason games, so this second one, it's got to be the starters going into the third. It got to be. So this is where you're gonna get the real test, and also, quietly, Seahawks got a good defensive line as well. You know what I mean? So this
be interesting to see how much they play.
To see how much they play as well.
I say going to the third quarter. I don't want them. I don't want the starting unit out there that long. I say
if they get into the second quarter, I mean, just like last game, he said, well, the ones will play the first quarter. Yeah, and you saw how far that went. And Coach Reed, I mean, he wasn't like stuttering, after the game when they had, he goes, no, that was enough, right? Patrick wanted to keep playing, but no, that's it. So yeah, I'd be shocked if they went beyond maybe like one possession into the second quarter.
Right. One thing I don't know, Hense, if you got some of those images of Josh Simmons, but I want to. Like Lou said, the bar was set so low. Anybody can get over.
He looks functional. It's 10 times better than anything else.
It's just, I saw some of these pictures before we were doing the show, and you just look at his eyes. You look at the intent. You can see the wheels moving. You look at Patrick Mahomes right there. He's not even worried about the left side. He's looking, okay, what's this going to be, run or pass? He is so focused, and you get a guy who is this chiseled, who comes in and, says, hey, I'm going to be the guy that's going to protect Patrick Mahomes for the next 4 years. He takes on that. He works his tail off. He's smart. He's intelligent. He's got the look. And I haven't seen that from a left tackle in Kansas City that looks that confident, and I'm going to compare him to Willie Roaf more than anybody else.
That's why my bar for him.
Willie was the consummate. I'm going to take you down
with Roaf because he came to Kansas City as like a made guy.
Yeah,
I mean, he was already like all world. Where you got a rookie, and I'm
just talking about the physical specimen.
I understand.
Itself.
Yeah, absolutely. He's as athletic for sure, maybe even more. Mm-hmm. Maybe not quite as big, but again, Willie, by the time he got to the Chiefs,
I think Willie was the offensive line.
He was a part of it, man. No.
I've seen offensive linemen, in person. I got a chance to meet Jawan Taylor and all those guys. But looking at Josh Simmons, I gotta say this man ain't shaped like no offensive lineman. In person, he's not. He's shaped like a defensive end.
All technique.
He looks like one of the old time power forwards in the NBA.
He do.
Right.
like, like
Moses Malone,
strong number 4 power forward.
Yeah, but if you see him in person, the shape wise, he's not like built like a offensive lineman or only overweight. Got this hanging here, got this hanging here.
As you get closer to the ball, the guys get a little bit hanging over the belt. Maybe they're a little bit bigger.
I know. I think this man is going to be the truth. He's the ultimate soldier.
It's all in the eyes, man. It's all in the eyes.
He's the ultimate good soldier. Honestly, though, look at his technique. I think what stands out. That part. I think his technique stands out for real, because we're talking about body size and he's smaller. You don't think he's really, the body mass ain't there, but it's just his technique. His technique is amazing. So that's what stood out for me with him. It's just his hand placement, the feet, everything looked good, man.
Right. Yeah. I agree.
So with that said, we want to thank everybody for watching. We will be back with Chiefs Who on Wednesday. Because it was a Chiefs Who that made a good play on made a couple plays on Saturday.
We are the good luck charm. They typically show out the next time.
And who was that, Luke, that showed out?
Jason Brownlee.
Yeah, Jason Brown. Yeah,
it was last week. So yeah, I think was it Harrison or somebody had it like right away. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't read all the clues. I was thinking maybe by clue number 4 he was in it. Got it.
But one guy that there's always is not on Chiefs Who, but is the top guy on the second guy on the golden jacket list. That's Jaden Hicks. He looked pretty good as well.
Good. Until he got that stiff for him.
He and Justin Simmons are going to be so good together.
We're talking about that. And so far, 2 teams that have needed safeties have gone in different directions.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I think they who the hell? Houston brought in not Justin Simmons. And then there was another like free agent, like veteran got signed as a safety as well. So I don't know what's happening there in that market. Again, Nick, I think if he in fact is asking for that $8 to $9 million for the year, that might be keeping him off some of these teams.
Yeah, it's gonna. He's only going to go to a contender
too.
Yeah. I mean, Kay Adams did an interview with him. What was back in March or April, and he said, "You need to go to Kansas City and get your ring." Yeah. He's like, I don't know. He hated them for so long. He's that tremendous
playing possum.
Yeah, I listen, sorry to hear about, Bush going down, torn Achilles. He's going to be out for the season. But to me, I think if they have a chance. Now, one thing that did come out of camp today that I thought was interesting before we go is that Kay Adams had Trent McDuffie in a one-on-one interview that you can see on Twitter. Kay's a fan of ours, so we appreciate her very much. But he gave an update on the contract situation. And he had a pretty good grin on his face when she kind of courted him a little bit, indicating, how far things have gone and, the progress. And he talked about it and he goes, all things are really good in Kansas City. So that leads me to believe that, they're still trying to work on a deal. Now, whether it gets done between now and the start of the season remains to be seen. But I feel a little bit better about that situation. Because Trent's not going to lie about it. He's going to be honest about it. So
I think that was always a goal that they had to get George done first, and then Trent, homegrown guys, balled out as rookies and continue to get better each year. Those are the type of guys that you pay now, unless his asking price was like way out of bounds. You got to believe they get it done.
Yeah.
We'll
see. And also Wednesday, I will have an update on the Kansas City Chiefs and where they might be playing football 4 years from today.
I know where. But with that said, guys, we want to thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys back next Wednesday. But these guys, Mango will be filling in for me. He will be on here.
Our friend Hense Todd didn't tell you is that he is making a nearly cross-country trip
around the world
in a car with his entire family. So God bless you.
God bless you. Roll those windows down.
We hope you make it back in one piece.
Hey,
and good luck, my friend.
It's gonna be great. So with that said, Chiefs have a steal in Josh Simmons at left tackle. Let's go, Josh, and let's go, other Josh. You know what I'm talking about. Good luck, y'all.